Hi again, it's Mary Jo from Made in Heaven for You Tarot, and I'm continuing with my series about the Tarot for people who are interested to know more about it or to learn even to do it yourself. Remember, we are all intuitive, we are all psychic. We've just been raised to tune it out and turn it off, but many of us are tuning in and turning on, and I encourage anyone who would like to pursue this for their own personal gain and guidance, go ahead and do it. There's no right or wrong. And if I can help you in any way, I am happy to. So today I'm going to talk about the court cards. We're going to talk about the pages to start with. I am again using the Rider-Waite deck, the original deck that I learned on, because the symbology that's imbued in there is very, very old, and the colors and everything are very beautiful and vibrant, but they're a nice, simple way for you to see it, without getting distracted by all the different genres that there are out there today, which are pretty cool anyway. Okay, so here we go with the Page of Wands. Now, many people look at the pages and the kings and the queens and the knights, and a lot of readers look at the features in helping to describe, besides the elements. So here we have the fire, the wands, which would be your Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius sun sign, ascendant sign, which is this constellation that was in the sky at the horizon at the moment of your birth. Or we have your moon sign. I always resonated with Aries, and then I sort of said, I'm really not that much of an Aries because I'm a mush a lot too. And then I learned about ascendants, etc. In my delving to astrology, and I have a Cancer ascendant, so God help me, fire and water don't mix, but I've got this fiery zest, and then I have this emotional quelling, So, it doesn't have to be that it's that sign, because you don't always know what the person's ascendant or moon sign is. Sometimes you could describe the person, all right, and they would say fair hair or fair eyes. It doesn't always tie in. I like to go by the energy and sometimes talking about the element. But the pages are the messengers, okay, in the tarot, and they are a court card. So this messenger is male or female, because in the tarot, there really isn't a feminine or masculine. We embody both masculine and feminine. We embrace that. Well, some of us are working on it. I'm working on being more feminine because being an Aries, I was such a tomboy. But anyway, so the Page of Wands, okay, he would bring messages or news that would be exciting. Messages of ideas taking off. Messages of commerce and business. A new job, perhaps. Anything with movement and excitement. Messages if you're looking to move. Messages about that, maybe about a house. Messages from a loved one that you're excited to see. Anything that carries passion, drive, excitement, energy, fire, would be coming with the card here. It can also mean talking about a young person under the age of 18. They could be a little older, I find, if they're a little immature. But if it's going to be tying into your tuition. What I did in the beginning was I'm going to describe this person for you. If they make sense to you, okay. If not, we'll move on, then it's an event. So I describe, this young person, male or female, might be fair-haired, love the outdoors, love nature, love sports, animals, they love them, etc., etc. And if they say, I don't really know who that is, and you say, well, it could be a fire sign. No, I don't have it in my life, but usually they do. And if not, it's okay, this is an event. But looking at the surrounding cards, they're usually going to help you to know whether it's a message, an event, or if it's about a person that we're talking about in the reading. This young Page of Swords is usually a bit chatty, loves to talk, they're the air sign, talking, thinking, logical, witty. They can be described as the darker hair or medium skin, but they're usually tied into with the energy of the air signs, which are the Gemini and the Libra and the Aquarius person. So it ties into those birthdays too. But this person usually would be bringing news to you either by air, somehow, by telephone, by text, by email, word of mouth, okay? Any of the new technologies, but the old ways from word of mouth also count too. And they're usually bringing news of something taking place that is going to be victorious for you, or something that's clarifying. If you were a little, I don't know what's going on here, this is a clarifying. They bring you news to help you figure out what's going on. If it was gossip, if it was the truth, etc. The Page of Cups would be somebody who is usually a water sign. So that would be our Cancer and our Scorpio. And I just had a brain fart. Pisces. These people, young people, are usually very intuitive. They're the child that comes to you, Mommy, are you feeling all right? They can sense things. That's what the fish and the chalice, the cups, okay, the intuition, the knowing. Very Neptunian energy there, like the Pisces. You have the water element there. The blue, they're knowledgeable. They're usually children or young people that they're quieter. They keep their emotions to themselves. But they would be bringing you news of emotion. Okay, happiness, joy, or even sometimes grieving news. But they usually bring news as something to do with the emotions that are going on in your life. And then the Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles. This is our Earth sign. Okay, so this is our Capricorn and our Taurus. Yay, Taurus. And I'm working on Taurus people because as an Aries, forget it, we butt heads. The Ram and the Bull. Oh, and this September, the Virgo. Now, this is a good student. Even from an early age, they love to learn. They're like a sponge. They're grounded and practical. They're perfectionists, very Virgo energy. A lot of them might be in the field where they like to help people. They like to be of service. They help Mommy carry the groceries in. They're just one of those very grounded children. But the Page of Pentacles would bring news of, if it's about finances, news about your health, news about school or education, for me anyway, learning, process, knowledge, or vocation or trade that you're trying to get into. Or let's say if you're switching jobs and you're just going from being a banker and then all of a sudden you could go into something like automotive repair or something. It's news of commerce, anything to do with commerce and your health and tying in with that. And some people would describe it as somebody fair with dark hair. But like I said, those things, sometimes if you're seeing that kid's hair, then you talk about that. The next time you read, you might see it and not even pay attention to the hair because you're thinking, oh, this is about a job. Go with the flow, okay? So the page brings us the messages. Okay, the Queen has the ideas. The King, has the ideas. The Queen breathes life into the idea. The Knight takes up the cause for the King and the Queen. Now this Knight just rushes in, impetuous, impertinent, cuts through all the BS, charges in, charges out. If it's an individual young man between 18 or a woman between 18 and 35, could be a little older if they're mature, they're very quick-witted, they're dashing, they're charming, very charismatic. Like I said, they rush into your life. Look at this guy or girl's on the go. All right, they just, and look at how flashy they are and everything. If it's an individual, again, this Knight ties into the air signs, okay, and if it isn't a person and it is an event, this is either someone writing into your life, quickly writing out of your life, news coming very quickly to you that, like the page has brought you, but this Knight is going to ride and take it forward. So you had the news about this job or this creative endeavor. This Knight's going to get the energy going to make it happen. He's going to be the communicator, okay? Quick wit, clarity, mental thought, making things happen. But again, if it's a person, this usually is someone who doesn't stay interested in anything too long. They kind of blow in and blow out. The Knight of Cups, Okay, this is also someone who's very intuitive, wears their heart on their sleeve, usually even emotions. As a young person, they are someone who's romantic. They are someone who's very charming, but in a loving way. You see how the horse is not on the move? The energy is much different with this knight. This knight is kind of calm and steady and going forward, and there's the water in front of it, symbolizing the emotions. And this would be news of emotional nature. Invitations to go on a date, go out, socialize, meet nice people. Invocation into spirit, that you're having awakening and you're going forward with that. And then the Knight of Wands. Typically, this dashing young man or female is the fire sign. Very creative. Very creative. You know, they're all over the place with their ideas, their emotions. They're so passionate, inspired. You see how this horse is reared up, ready to go. See the different energy in these cards, and the colors that are different. So this person just kind of charges ahead, has a very high energy, chaotic. Sometimes it's an event symbolize a move is happening in your life, or a journey that is taking you somewhere, whether it's from home to home, you know, location, job to job, vocation to vocation, depending on the different things in your life, one relationship to another, you moving forward with your passions, okay? So taking that energy and going, okay, the go, go, go. This knight is very grounded. That's like the Clydesdale of horses. This knight is dug in, and he is armed to the hilt. And even if it's a female, this is a very strong, solid person. And maybe even in build, you could see this as a solid person. Good student, loves to learn, loves to continue education. They're there for the long haul. This is a very reliable, responsible individual. Some people might find them a little dull or boring, but you can always count on this person. All right. And as an individual with a relationship, they're usually a bit inept because they haven't had much experience. They're the type who stay in a relationship for the long haul. They don't bounce from person to person. So they might not have the experience as a boyfriend, girlfriend, or lover that people like our Knight of Swords, they're charging all over the place. This person, like I said, you can rely on. And as an event, it's saying progress will be slow and steady. Maybe a little slower than you really want. You need to be patient. But it's moving forward, whatever this enterprise is or event in your life, with the love, the relationship, with your health, with your finances. It's slow and steady, but it will come, okay? Because he's solid. So it's going to be built on a strong foundation. Okay, our queen here. Now, typically the Queen of Swords, she is the air element. As an individual woman, she's gone through a lot in her life. She might appear to others as a very cold woman, ice queen. She's not. She has her own feelings kept within, and she might put on a very tough exterior. She's sharp-tongued, sharp-witted, intelligent. She gets a point across. She doesn't mess with words, and she'll slice you like a razor, you know, if she has to. She's very good counsel to go to, and people, even though they fear her, will go to her for good advice because they know she's honest, and she'll give them the straight dope. She's not going to sugarcoat it. She could be either divorced or widowed, or has had some suffering in her life, like even lost a child or miscarriage. She's carried a lot of weight on her shoulder, this woman. And that's why maybe she looks like she has a hard exterior. But she's good counsel. Direct and honest. But usually this queen has great ideas, because remember, the queen takes the king's ideas and brings life into it. She clears the air, okay, of any bureaucratic crap that's going on or any obstacles and challenges. She's direct and divine also, because, again, she could have that connection with spirit too. Queen of Pentacles. She's known as the best mother in the deck. So that's why I wouldn't tie in always to the description of the sign, because she's the earth sign. She might not be a Virgo, but she probably is. She could be an Aries, you know, but because of her situation with her life, Everything is her family and her children. She works very hard for everything she has for the pleasure of her loved ones. That is her joy and her bliss, to provide for others. She might be the bit of the worry wart, although she's great with finances, with money on the upside, you know. But she's a very grounded, stable woman. And again, on the exterior, she might look a bit aloof and cold. She isn't. She worries a lot. She internalizes a lot. Because she's always thinking about everyone else. She's the one of service. And then with her, breathing life into the king's ideas, she's the one who's going to do the checks and balances, keep everything organized. She's the perfectionist. Okay. Queen of Wands. Now, you could imbue all these energies. You know what I mean? Because your rising sign, your sun sign, your moon sign, they could be earth, air, fire. You know, it depends on your chart. She loves the outdoors. Yeah, she's that earth mother. The enchantress there. Nature. Animals love her. She loves animals. She's great at multitasking. This one is the one who's holding the baby on the hip with the phone and stirring the pot and vacuuming at the same time. She's all over the place. She's great energy. You know, she has a lot of great creative ideas. She could be that artist. She could be great in banking. She's just really that kind of energy. She breathes life into everything that she is passionate about. And so even with anything in your life, yes, she is that fire energy, but with anything in your life, she's the one who breathes life into the relationship, into whatever it is that you're working on for yourself, that job, etc. And then the Queen of Cups. She appears quiet on the exterior, but she's subject to some emotional breakdowns. You know, she usually, to me, likes being by the beach or the water, you know. And men can be a queen, too. And I don't mean like a gay man. I mean, we all imbue the masculine and feminine. You can be the king sometimes. If it is a man, he's maybe a man with great initiative. And he likes to fish. He likes to be by the water. He likes the beach, etc. But he has the same thing, you know, his family is everything. This queen or this energy is also in service in the health field, maybe, or even an interior decorator, or it could be a hairstylist, you know, cosmetologist. They usually like to help people, make them feel good, feel better. Yeah, so this queen, like I said, she loves her family. She loves beautiful surroundings, lovely things. She likes all the bells and whistles and things. But she could also be very intuitive, too. And most men in the deck find her as the attractive woman, the woman of their dreams. With the kings, we have kind of the same energy. Like here's the King of Cups. He's usually the man of your dreams. You know what I mean? He represents, you know, Mr. Wonderful. Dreamy, charismatic, charming, but caring, loving, sensitive. The sensual pleasures. He also can be very intuitive. He's the one with ideas about, you know, either intuition, like I said, someone in the metaphysical that you would find someone like this. But he's the one who brings a lot of great emotion to things, stabilizing emotions. The King of Wands, he's worked hard his whole life. Everything he has, he's worked for. You know, he's put a lot of passion and interest into anything he's developed. He has a lot of great creative ideas. He might not always follow through with them. He leaves that to somebody else to do. But he's a wonderful father figure. Again, he's more the athletic type. Even if he's the guy who sits on the couch every weekend and watches every sport known to man and just talks a great game. Or the weekend warrior that goes out, you know, plays flag football or something. Or he's the guy out on the soccer field with the kids. You know, he's that kind of dad and husband. His family, you know what I mean? He takes care of his family. He also does that multitasking. He's got all these great ideas. He loves to do things. The King of Pentacles, he's usually in something to do with commerce, whether it's banking or his own business, or he's just good with finances, an accountant, etc. This man has all the bells and whistles, and they're important to him. He's like that Tauran energy, the Taurus man or woman. They do love pretty things. They want pretty things, but they have them. It's all about what can I have? What can I accumulate? What am I going to get? you know. That's why he's sitting in this lush, fertile. See how his robe is draped with grapes and greenery that's fertile, okay? He's great counsel and finances, too. A good father. Good father. Provides for his family. Loves his family. He can be found sometimes in the health field as well, you know. Again, these are the people of service to others to make them feel good. All right, and he's the one usually with great ideas when it comes to commerce. And then our Mr. Highway, my way or the highway, the King of Swords. You don't play with this man, okay? He's smart. He's witty. He's charismatic and charming, but more mature energy than the Knight. This man is all business in a relationship. He is that, you know, like that Libra, the creative, beautiful energy, but his career comes first, or her career comes first. Though he loves his family, and they are all about the we, the us. The priorities are to what they love. That's why they say it's my way or the highway. He's usually in, like, a judge, or in the legal system, a lawyer, or even, I say, like EMS, policeman, military, anybody who's got that rigidity in their life, that they have disciplines that they have to follow by. And again, like the Queen can, on the exterior, seem aloof and cold. They're not. They're just, that is their presentation, because their head is kind of always in the clouds. They're always thinking. They appear cold. They're not. And he, too, even though he's revered and feared sometimes, people go to him for advice. He will not force it on you. But if you ask, he's happy to help you. He has all these ideas, too. Like, he's that air sign, so things are going. You might find him a lot also in the field of communication, telecommunications, computers, etc. So I hope that helps you a little bit with learning the court cards. The energies imbued in them and the colors imbued in them can give you ideas, and when they lay next to another card can help you to indicate whether it is an event or it is a person. And don't feel bad to ask the person, is there's something going on with a person who's an air sign that might be a Libra, or, you know, I say, and describe them. They might be in this field, but this is their personality. And if they really can't connect, and you look at the next card and tie it into it, and there's okay, then if not, it's an event. Have you had ideas about, or someone bringing you ideas about, oh yeah, you know what I mean? In the beginning, people are just going to be so happy you're reading for them, friends and family, and loving it, that they'll want you to succeed and encourage you. And I want you to succeed, and I will encourage you. So I wish you all the best. And if you like it, please hit like and subscribe. And again, your comments. And if I can help you, ask me questions, and I'll give you the best advice that I can. All right, enjoy the rest of your week. Bye.